Hello everyone. Happy Sunday. Seeing if anybody is here yet. We'll go over to the chat. Oh. There we go. Okay, we should be good now. Should be. Hello everyone, welcome. Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna wait for some folks to join in. Hello from down the road. We're gonna do some watercolor stenciling today, which I haven't done in a while. It's one of my favorite techniques to do, so I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So welcome everyone. Welcome. All right, so while we're waiting for everybody to come in to join, I'm going to go ahead and switch down to the top view, and we are going to get started. So first and foremost, we are going to do some watercolor stenciling today. Behind me, they are cookie jars. So this is all of our set from the Wizard of Oz release. So they're cookie jars, all different Wizard of Oz cookie jars. We have all sorts of Wizard of Oz items behind me from the release, like this one. All kinds of them. Okay, so what you're going to need is you are going to need some aqua pigment paper or just watercolor paper, whatever you prefer. Obviously, I prefer the aqua pigment paper from Brutus Monroe because I know that it works really well. Then you are going to need a stencil. Generally, you are going to need a stencil that has larger, more open areas. And then you're going to need a stamp for your greeting. And then we are also going to use today the Tim Holtz Distress watercolor pencils. I'm not sure which colors I'm going to use yet, so I pulled all 3 sets. But these are available again at brutusmonroe.com, and these are awesome. If you haven't tried them yet, I encourage you to pick some up because they are really, really great. Also, I wanted to review the free gifts this weekend. So we have one free gift that is the paper pad, and then the other free gift, we do this every time the magazine releases. The Scrapbooking Cards Today magazine, if you spend $50 or more at brutusmonroe.com, you will receive this magazine completely free. And this one, I mean, I know I say this every time that a magazine comes out, but there is so much incredible inspiration in this magazine this time. It's just incredible. It's a really, really, really great magazine this time. And oh, there we are. There's no place like Brutus Monroe. So this is the Brutus Monroe Oz release that's in the magazine this time. So it's a really, really great magazine, phenomenal publication. We love Scrapbooking Cards Today, and you will get this completely free if you spend $50 or more. And this retails normally for $8.99. So that's pretty good, I think. All right, so let's get started, shall we? So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to grab our aqua pigment paper, and we're going to grab, hello Cherie, we're going to grab a piece of it. Now the aqua pigment paper, if you've never used it before, it does have 2 different sides to it. So one side is smoother and one side is going to have a lot more texture to it. We're going to use the smooth side today, okay? And I'm just going to line this up. Let's see, we're a little crooked here, hold on. Let me fix this. There we go. All right, so we're just going to line this up, and I'm just going to add just a little bit of tape to it. That's all we need, just a little bit. Because we're not going to be doing any like crazy blending or anything. We're just going to be doing some some watercoloring. So I'm just going to add a little bit of tape to either end. Then I'm going to grab my stencil. So this one is the Make-A-Wish stencil. It's one of my absolute favorites. Mary Gunn was talking the other. Oh, isn't she wonderful? Oh, thank you, Ellen. I had a lot of fun. All right. So we're just going to take our little candles here. And let's see. So I'm going to actually adjust the tape a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of tape down here. We'll put the tape up at the top too. There we go. All right. And now I'm going to take my stencil and I'm just going to place it wherever I want, really. Grab a little bit more tape. And you're not going to be able to see the stencil overlay just because of the light of the camera, but that's okay. You don't really need to see that part to get the gist of what we're doing. All right, so now I'm going to take my pencils, and this is super easy. I think I'm going to start with, let's see, I want to do like red. I want to do like the rainbow. So we're going to start with, this one is called Barn Door, and I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to color, kind of haphazardly color in the candle, okay? You don't have to be, follow the lines. You can see how I'm coloring it in. Yes, happy Father's Day. And I'm going to start with red, and I'm just going in and I'm just filling in the candles, okay? And you can choose these however you would like. It does not have to be perfect. So I'm going to start with red. Now I'm going to go in with some orange, and this set that I'm using is set 2. Set number 2 is what I'm using today. Okay, now I'm going to go in with spiced marmalade. And you want to try to keep your rainbow order kind of next to the candle that you've already done. Or whatever you're doing. So I'm doing candles, you can do, whatever. But I'm just trying to keep them in order of, the rainbow order. Now I'm going to grab a yellow. This yellow is fossilized amber. Hello, Kelly. And again, create your own ending here. Add the colors wherever you see fit. I'm going to zoom in a little bit because maybe you'll be able to see a little better. You can see I'm just adding all of the candles in there. Now I'm going to grab a light green, which is Twisted Citron. You just want to make sure you're filling in all of those areas. Okay, so I have my greens now. I'm going to grab a blue, which is Mermaid Lagoon. And the stencil is really doing all of the work for us, right? It's just guiding us to where we need to go. So now I'm going to use a darker blue. This darker blue is called Prize Ribbon. Okay, hello, Anne-Marie. All right, and then I think we're going to go in with a purple, and this one is Seedless Preserves for our final color. Okay, and then I think we're going to do pink. There's one last one left. So I think pink will be the perfect color for that. Okay, can you see how I've just filled all those in? That's all I've done. Very easy, very, very simple. Just filled them in. That's all I did. Okay, just fill in all of your areas. And now I'm going to grab another yellow, a different yellow. And this yellow that I'm going to use is from set 1. And this yellow is called mustard seed. And that's what I'm going to use to fill in all of my little candle flames. I was trying to think of the word. It's like I know the word. All right, so now I have that all filled in. Can you see there? It's all filled in. Hello, Tabitha. So we have them all filled in. And then we are going to take a water brush. Doesn't have to be the Brutus Monroe one. We do have these coming back in stock soon, though, which is very exciting. I have to give mine a little trim. It looks like the cap got put on back on this one a little wonky. All right. I'm gonna grab a piece of scrap paper and just make sure that our water is started here. And it is. We want to be careful. We don't want it to be flowing too much. All right, I think that should be good. Yep. And then the trick is you want to keep the stencil on top. Then you're going to go in with your watercolor brush and you are just going to activate that pigment. Okay, and go in and do each one, each color. So I'm starting with the green. Can you see how it's changing there? And that's why you didn't have to fill it up with a ton of pigment, because this will in turn give us that watercolor look. It's going to look like you watercolored each and every one of these candles, when really all you did was trace them with the stencil. This is one of my favorite techniques to do. And you can do this with any, really, any stencil you have. You just want it to have wide enough areas so that you can have the space, obviously, to color. But again, you can use this with any stencil that you like. And I'm just filling them in, okay? And you can see there, I might actually, let me turn off these lights. See if that gives us a better, see better. Can you see that better now? Oh yeah, you can see that much better now. Okay. And then I'm just going to go in and continue coloring in. Each one of these. Hello in San Diego. I think I might actually turn this one off too. You can see kind of better, a little bit better. All right. We're just going to keep going in, and I'm just doing each color. I have to update the overhead camera in here because it's does not do super well with the lighting. Now I'm just going to go into red because I just did the orange, so it's not going to hurt anything. So see, I'm just going through and I am watercoloring in. each of these candles. And it's most likely going to seep underneath of the stencil a little bit. That's okay. You want that. You want that very organic look. That's what we're going for. And we're going to be doing some of this technique in my class for Create Your Own Ending. All right, let's get rid of most of that color. You can see the water is picking up this pigment beautifully. And when I pick this up, it's going to look like hand painted. They sure do. So I'm just going in and finishing up the last few. We have our pink one here, and then I'm going to go in and do all the flames very quickly. The flames don't really need much. You just got to kind of tap on them because they are much smaller. All right, so we're all done. There are not any spots left, unfortunately. It is all sold out. It is all sold out. All right, I'm turning the lights back on because I'm going to bring this up to the camera so you can see it. Okay. They sold out, I believe, on Friday, was it? All right, so I'm going to peel this off, and we're going to reveal it. Now now this looks like, to me, an expensive piece of pattern paper. Let me show you. Look at how cool that turned out. And it looks like you hand-painted each and every one of those candles. I love it. I think it looks so cool. So cool. All right. So next, we need a little razzle-dazzle behind it. So I am going to grab, let's see. I'm going to grab some of the Rain Glow. This is a Brutus Monroe. What's the word I'm looking for? A Brutus Monroe foil. So we're going to set this aside to dry for a second. Then we want to grab our card base. No problem. I think it's a lot of fun. We're going to grab our card base. And we're going to add a little bit of tape to it. Now, this is the Brutus Monroe tape. We do have other tapes available. This just happens to be the Brutus, whoops, that piece isn't big enough. The Brutus Monroe tape, but it's completely up to you. And the way that I do this is I will take a piece of it and go this way. And then I will take my scissor and cut it. Okay, and then I'll peel this piece up with my stabby tool. And then I'll lay my next piece down on top of that one so that I know that I have full coverage of adhesive. Okay, so there's our next one. Take my scissor, so I don't do them all at the same time. I'm glad you caught me too, Betsy. Trim that off. Grab my little stabby tool. lift that off, okay? Then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go all the way around. You just want to be careful because you don't want to get anything on your adhesive while you're doing this. So make sure you're in a clean, adjacent work area. All right, and then we're going to remove this one. Like so. And then one more across the bottom. Up as close to the edge as possible. And then trim. And then remove. So easy. All right, and then we're going to take our rain glow, place this right on top, and ever so gently smooth it out. Now, you are not going to use a bone folder for this. I cannot preface this enough. Do not scrape this with a bone folder. Okay? Just gently with your fingertips is all you need. And then we're going to peel. If there's an area that didn't get enough, hit it again. All right, and now you can see, you can go in and you can add more foil where needed, but look at this now. We've now created a spectacular layer that looks like, it's patterned paper underneath, but it's not. And you can always go in, if there's an area that you're not in love with, go in, add a little bit more foil, and there you go. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Isn't that great? Yeah, this foil, I think we just got it back in stock. Look at how beautiful this foil is. It's a rainbow and it has stars behind it. So, all right, so now this is dry. So we're gonna cut this down. Whoopsies. There we go. Accidentally got some paper on. Got some adhesive on there. All right, so let's move this to the side, and then we're going to grab our paper trimmer. Take a sip of my coffee. Oh, good, Kate. Good, good, good. Let me close up this stabby tool before I stab myself. Okay. So 4, so we need this to be 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, there we go. And then grab my tape runner. We're just going to attach, and since it's watercolor paper, I'm going to be a little more liberal with the adhesive. And then we can attach this right on top of here. And do you see how that gives us that little bit of shimmery goodness behind it? And it looks like I do not have not many plans today. I mean, just working here. I'll just be here. Nothing exciting. That's about it. I'll be hanging out here for most of the day. Okay. So now we have our candles and we have our background, and now I'm going to stamp. So let me put my things away first. Might do some stuff in the garden. Not sure yet. I had to go get a new hose wrangler thing yesterday because ours broke, so it was Never did I think I was going to be pricing new hose wranglers, but here we are. All right, so I'm going to be using the stamp set that is called Occasional Greetings. If you haven't seen the stamp set yet, it has pretty much every greeting you could ever need for the holidays. So there are greetings like Happy Thanksgiving, Happy Halloween, Happy Mother's Day, Ghostly Greetings, Best Dad Ever, Be Jolly, Eat, Drink, and Be Thankful, Irish Kisses, Shamrock Wishes, Happy 4th of July, Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday to You, Happy Anniversary, Hats Off to the Grad, Hooray for the Grad, My Condolences, but Happy Birthday to You is the one that I'm going to be using. But these are literally all of the greetings you could ever need for different occasions. And I'm just going to grab a piece of vellum because we're already pretty fancy with we're going to use our heat resistant vellum from Brutus Monroe and place this on my stick and stamp mat because that is, I mean, it's such a great stamp set. And put my stick and stamp mat in here. Hopefully this time, well, probably August, early August, we will have the stick and stamp mat. The stick and stamp 2.0 will hopefully be here. And I'll be introducing that to all of you. I'm just going to place this right in the center because we're just going to cut it out with a circle die. Grab my MISTI, close that up. And grab ourselves some Retail Raven ink. And the Detail Raven ink works beautifully on vellum. I usually stamp it a couple of times though. We'll do 3 for good measure. Why not? And I know it's going to be hard to see the greeting because it's on a stick and stamp mat, but let's lift this off and peel the vellum right off of there. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right. Put this to the side. And then here is our beautiful Happy Birthday to You. That Raven ink is so beautiful on the vellum. All right, I'm just going to use my foundation die set. These are the circle foundation dies. Obviously, foundation dies are always super important because they're the foundation of our cards. And I can't wait until you see the amazing set. I don't think I have it here. Do I? Oh, yeah. Nope, I don't. The amazing set that Shannon has for the basics. Oh, here it is. That you get at Create Your Own Ending. It's like, I mean, literally the fundamental set. The absolute, everything you'll need to really create with a card. To create a card, excuse me. All right. Grab a little bit of the pixie tape. Also another, I would say, necessity. If you don't have it, if you're trying to get your cart up to $50 today to get your free magazine, that would be something I would throw in there to try to get to it. And I apologize if you can hear that. That is the Tim Holtz Big Shot switch. If you don't use it if you don't live alone. It is so loud. I mean, it literally, I've heard dying lawnmowers that are quieter than it. So if you don't live alone, don't use it. because you're going to annoy every single person in your house. It is so obnoxious. But we use it here because it's big. It's a really big die cutter, so we can do a whole bunch of things at once, but I'm telling you, whoo, it's obnoxious. All right, let me grab my pokey tool to get this tape off of here. I don't know, could you guys hear it, how loud it is? I mean, times what you heard times 100, because that's what it is here. All right, so now I'm going to grab my card base and my card panels, and I'm just going to grab a little bit of adhesive. I just want a tiny little bit over the sentiment. Place that in the center there. And there we go. Super easy, super simple, but still super elegant. Now, you could also go ahead and emboss this if you would like. There are so many things that you can do with this, but I just think this card is just, I mean, it's so simple, but just, it's still a wow. You know, when you give this to someone, they're still gonna be like, wait a second. Wow, that is a really, really cool card. And it was so simple to make because we just watercolored our little candles and, you know, placed this around the outside and then did the happy birthday to you. So simple. So easy, but still so elegant. And it's one of those, you know, again, one of those wow. Oh my. Oh, I'm sure she loves it. But it's, I mean, it is so loud. I almost have to, like, we have, you know, one neighbor in our building. There's only one business that's left in our building because we have the rest of the building, and I almost want to write them a letter of apology whenever I use it. I'm like, I apologize. I have to fire up the lawnmower today. It's going to be loud down here today. No, it is very, very loud. So I never had, I think we used to have the original Gemini, but the electronic die cutting machines, like, maybe something's wrong with ours. maybe there's something off with ours or something, but it is so loud. So again, there are 2 free gifts this weekend. One of the free gifts is the paper pad, the summer paper pad at $25, and then this magazine is at $50. So if you spend $50 or more, this magazine will go into your cart completely free, and it's really, really great. Of course, Brutus Monroe is in this issue. You can see here there's no place like Brutus Monroe. I just love it, but there is so much inspiration in here. I mean, so much inspiration. It's insane, actually, how much inspiration is. I mean, just like the layouts and the cards, and it's really great. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you for being a part of my life. I think I'm going to be live every day this week. I just looked at the schedule, and I think I'm scheduled to be live with you all every single day this week, which isn't that going to be just so much fun? I think it's going to be fun. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you for being a part of my life. I appreciate you all so very much. Enjoy the rest of your day, and remember to create something every single day, whether that's a quick and easy birthday card or your own ending. I love you all very much. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you very soon. Goodbye, my friends.